Cue me. Cue me in.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Russ Can Fly!
Yeah!
Perfect.
So welcome to Flightline, or Flightline. You guys have seen this before. Here they are. We're ready to eat. All right, we're hungry. No more of this YouTube stuff. Let's eat. All right, so I had to do that a little differently. So we're here at Cape Bay Airport. We had something to eat, and so now we're going to take off. You can see it is absolutely gorgeous. I do see some buildups off to the north, so I might just go down the shoreline for a bit. So we'll see. But it was great. I mean, this doesn't get any better than this. I mean, this is what this is all about. So, and because of all the stuff that you folks do in terms of supporting the channel, buying merch, sending super thanks, joining memberships, this makes all of this stuff possible. This is the reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing, and I'm just praying that I get to do so much more. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the comments, the love, watching the videos, sending me suggestions, all that good stuff. It really means a lot. All right, so we're gonna get over here, get back in the Alpha uniform, and fly on back to Doylestown. Here's the kicker. I'm taking them out to dinner tonight, so we get to spend some time. And I love the fact that I'm getting to know my baby cuz and her boyfriend. So anyway, we're gonna go do this thing, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, people, we're getting back in the airplane. We're getting ready to make this happen. Everybody's getting their seatbelts on. And yeah, so it's been a blast. I just really hope my cousins have enjoyed their flight. We've got this flight to go back. And so Mr. Tarantino gets to fly us back. And I'll be asking him a bunch of questions. But yeah. All right. Throttle 1/2 inch. Good prep. All right, very good. All right, Alpha uniform, what you got? So yeah, so this is your throttle. In is faster. Out is slow. Because you know it's funny, it's like somebody asked me, what is that you're doing? I'm like, oh, that's the throttle. That's the gas pedal.
What's that you're touching there?
So this is the mixture. This just basically limits the amount of gas going into the cylinders so that the spark plugs don't get fouled.
Okay. What's this here?
That's called the trim wheel. So when you're flying, your pitch is up and down, right? Like this. Those are big movements. This is fine movements. So that way, if it's the nose is just, I want it to come down just a hair, I use this.
Okay.
As opposed to this.
Okay.
This right here is carburetor heat. So this is carburetor. So I'm not going to ask you to be the scientist, but as things speed up, molecules expand. As they expand, they pull. So you can get carburetor ice even on a day like today. Okay. So you pull that brings heat from the engine into the carburetor, keep the ice from going.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm still having the same woes with the with the cameras and these radios. So the audio quality is gonna be a little kind of crazy this time as well, unfortunately. All right, check. All right, so as I taxi out to runway 19, and you can see me taxiing out here, getting ready to make this left turn. As you can hear, the sound quality is just terrible, and I'm so frustrated because this is such a great flight with my family. So to have this radio interfere with the sound quality camera just really sucks. But you know, definitely got to try to salvage some of this because it's still a great flight. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to hear a bunch of voiceover, which I never like to do. I'd rather have the cockpit stuff speak for itself, but it is what it is. Hopefully you will bear with me with my technical difficulties.
No, we are on the way, taxiing back to the back of the road, and we are to Doylestown.
So that is
Actually inoperative, but
but that is a
EGT, it's an engine gas temperature gauge. And so that's supposed to show you what your exhaust gas temperatures are coming out of the exhaust. Normally, that's how you know they're clean, but it's inoperative. Unfortunately, you don't need an EGT. Controls, that one's up, that one's down, that one's up, that one's down. Good movement. Our flight controls look good. Trim is set to take off, flat so up. Mixture is full, rich carburetor, heat is full. Exterior lights gonna turn on. Landing light, takeoff light, exterior light, nav light, all looks good. LPO heat is required. Alright, we are good to go. I don't see anybody coming in the path. The field is clear, so I think we are good to go. Are you guys good to go? Cape Calendar, Cessna 734 Alpha Uniform, recording 19 to the north. Cape Calendar.
And again, I apologize for the poor sound quality here. But, you know, you got to roll with the punches, you know. So, and I definitely wasn't going to leave this flight on the cutting room floor at all.
19, we're good? All right, here's the
Take off. Let's go. So after a nice, beautiful takeoff on runway 19, it was time to fly back to Doylestown. One of the things that I thought I would do is I would give my cousins an opportunity to see what it was like to be a banner tower. You know, those people that are crazy and fly real slow and tow that big heavy piece of cloth on the back of their airplane, you know, advertising goodness knows what, right? So I thought, you know, since we were down the shore, we were down near the Wildwood, New Jersey area, that we would go on over and see what it's like to fly up the coastline. So, of course, we're going to be a little higher than what a banner tour would be, but I thought that would be a cool view to see. So let's jump to that. So after we flew up the coast, I kind of turned inland and we start flying back west. And it's time for Quentin to start flying. And so at this point, you can see me hand over the controls and he is now flying. And I'm basically trying to tell him like how to keep the wings level, to look out, you know, maybe look out this way in front of the plane, to, you know, spot somewhere where he can, you know, go to a place, and really just trying to, you know, tell them like, okay, look out that way, keep the wings level and fly the airplane. And one of the challenges that he had that made it a little difficult is you look out the front here and you can see like the water and the land. One thing about like flying over water, it can be a little distorting in terms of being able to make the distinction between the water and the sky. And so he was able to do a pretty good job, you know, but I told him, just keep looking out front and, you know, find your spot and, you know, really fly. The thing that I was impressed is you look and you watch him flying. You can see he's pretty relaxed. He's looking around, he's looking out front. And, you know, I was really impressed at how relaxed he was in the cockpit. You can even see he's like smiling a little bit there, you know, so that's just a good indication of, you know, somebody being relaxed. So I'm also able to tell him, look at his instruments, you know, continue to look out front, go back to your instruments, that kind of stuff. So definitely from that standpoint, Brother Quentin did a good job. Now at this point, you will see me basically take the controls back from Quentin. And, you know, I will say that he was good. He followed instructions. Now, what I had to tell him here is I was telling him about his pitch. So one of the things that's hard is you can see him, you know, listening to me about like what his nose, what the front of the airplane is doing. And it's difficult. So now I am showing him, okay, I'm pitching up, I'm pitching down, what the sight picture actually looks like. That is a very difficult concept to grasp because sight picture is something that you have to get used to seeing. And if it's something that you've never seen before, it's hard to like gauge. So I wanted to tell him he's doing a good job. So I wanted him to really look out front here, get a sense of the horizon, as you can see here as we look out the front of the plane, and then come back in and get a real sense of what the airplane was doing and, you know, how it was positioned in the sky. But, you know, like I said, he did a really good job. And again, I'm sorry for all this voiceover stuff. GoPro, or this Alpha uniform, I don't know what's going on, but, you know, it just, none of the audio worked. So I wanted to at least show Quentin flying back, and so you could see, you know, that he actually flew, and, you know, it was a good time. I'm going to do one last clip, and then we're going to get on the ground, because one of the things that ends up happening is we end up getting towards some weather. So one of the things that did get interesting on this flight is I started running into this cloud bank, and you can see me looking out there at the clouds. And if you look out here, there's a nice solid cloud bank, and it was hard to go left or right. So here's this decision. Do I climb or do I descend? And the one thing I thought about was, well, if I climb, it's nice and clear up top of the clouds, but will I get caught up here, up on top there? But if I descend, will I be too low? What kind of issues will I run into there? So that was something that was a little interesting because I can remember so many flight safety videos, this VFR on top. And, you know, so that was definitely something that went into my aeronautical decision making for sure. All right, so there's too much of this like voiceover stuff, so let's get on back to Doylestown. Let's get the plane on the ground and call it a good flight and a fantastic experience. Welcome back to Doylestown. Yeah, that was a really weird crosswind. All right, so we made it again. I mean, it was definitely interesting. Landing in Doylestown is just always a thing. It just always is. So, but we're here. We're alive. Thank you guys so much for flying with me. It has definitely been such a treat, an honor. Like I said, if you guys are ever in Philly, let's do it again. You know what I mean? All right, so let's shut this airplane down. Russ Kid, Tarantino, Mariah, everybody can fly.
Minnie.
Or Minnie. Listen, I'm messing up everybody's name. You need to see I can't call my man Tarantino. I didn't give him a nickname. He ain't even asking. I ain't even asking if it was all right. All right, we out. Bye.
Bye.